come back to episode 2 of the same day, but but it's okay. We are working now for
Saturday?
the 14th. Yes.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
Because normally we would record for Saturday on Friday, but you're going to be doing things and
I'll be on a train.
You'll be away from normally. Home. And you'll be knitting on the train.
I will be. Oh gosh, I have so many plans. So I have I'm going to do, cause hey, no homework, right? No homework. Hey. So I will do my yarn for today from the Hogmanay box. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to have that done and it'll be fine. Yes. And then tonight when I'm hanging out with my kid, I'm going to start doing the lace on the bottom of the Jody shawl.
Oh, yes.
Because that's now that's perfect TV knitting.
It is.
I can give it just enough attention and follow what's going on the screen. But I sat down this morning and I graphed out the Pirouette Shawl.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Because it's complicated. Okay. Because the pattern is written for 20 balls of yarn.
Okay.
And I want to say 1,360 is what sticks in my head of yardage.
Okay.
So Becky's, the Silly Sheep Company Advent box is going to be about 200 yards short. So I went to my stash and I pulled out some. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 20 colors. I'm getting 23 from Becky and I'm going to have to dip into my stash. So I'm going to end up using 26 colors probably.
Okay.
And so they have this wonderful thing where you can actually go and print out. This is free, so I don't feel bad showing it on the website for the shawl.
Wow.
You can print out and write in your own colors and it will tell you this is the order you knit them in, all of that.
Oh, brilliant.
But it messes me up because this is for 20 colors and I'm going to have to end up using
more
26 colors probably. So I literally I drew out.
Wow. Brilliant.
Look and I wrote their colors here and then they have all of these colors don't exist separately on their website because they sell this as a kit. Oh. So I can't see what they all are just by going to the page for that yarn.
Yeah. Right.
But they have pictures of the shawl. So I was like, okay, this one is that triangle. This one's
with your glasses.
Yeah. So some of them had direct or near parallels to what I've gotten from Becky so far.
Okay.
In fact, the first 2, 4, 6, it's not until the 7th triangle that there hasn't been a match so far directly.
You're substituting.
Yeah. So I've started substituting some in because they're sort of the same idea of color. It's a burnt or it's a really light one or a really bright one, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just sort of assigning it out. And I think I can get to, I have a little chocolate on my fingernail. I wonder how that got there. I swear I was just knitting this whole time. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I have 9 triangles that I can do before I get to one where it's I don't quite have a color for it yet.
Right.
So I think what I might do is take this on the train with me and get started on it.
Okay.
We'll see. But I'm very excited. I've done the math, like I said. So I have these colors over here. These are all from former Becky projects.
Okay.
I should be saying the name of our company. I'm sorry. The former Silly Sheep ones. So there's an orange, there's this tanny color, another dark brown. I can fit these in and use them up.
Yes. Fantastic.
And get to that yardage. But I just want to get started on it. Now that I've decided that's how I want to use it, I'm just really excited to get started on this project.
I'm excited to see your start.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do is take this with me on the train.
Yeah, so I do little rewards for myself because I'm like, okay, if I finish X, Y, or Z chore, then I can sit down and watch an episode of something while I knit. If I fold laundry or whatever I'm avoiding doing. Yeah, yesterday it was like finish the damn paper and get it turned in. And then I was like,
flashbacks already having PTSD flashbacks from this.
Then we can eat lunch and sit on the couch and watch a show on the big TV.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting that cast on and getting started with that.
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I mean, I'm not going to finish it in this
I
time
know. Well, right.
Because I'm looking at it and it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 5 repeats of all the colors.
Yeah.
Like that's how many triangles there are. So I'm only going to get through one repeat of them in this month. So, but I can make a good start on it on the train.
And we'll get to see it.
And you'll get to see if, first go of it. I did go back and pick another winner for today.
Yay.
And I already forgot. Oh, I told you. Was it Tina? Tina perseveres? Tina _ perseveres. You are the winner for day 14?
Yep.
Is that the day we're on? Anyway, you will have had a message from me. If you haven't already, please go to your direct messages and Instagram and send me your mailing address and I'll get something in the mail to you. Yay. And then the next time, the next time we record, we'll start with another batch. So there'll be another batch of like the biggest one and the purple one and all the different ones. So
and the next time we record, I will have had my heels knitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
how far did you get in our little breaky break?
Oh, I'm ready to show you the next color.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, did you do the heel? I thought you had to do the heel before you did
No, but I'll pull it out and show you the next color.
Oh, okay.
Start after I knit the heel in the charcoal.
Right.
Yes. So the last color I showed you was this that limey green that came after the pine green.
Yeah.
Should we just go ahead?
Yeah, if you want to. Let's go.
So remember the limey green? Okay. So I knitted that on the other one.
Nice. The magic of television.
Yes. And yes. So, yes. So I have both of them going. So I will knit the heel on this one now. I'll double check my measurements and try it on and knit the heel here. But do you want to see
I want to see the next color for sure. Do I not want to see? Did you peek already and I don't want to see? What is happening with these socks?
It's more of a red than a pink. It's more of a bright red. It's more of a red.
I thought we were back to that first bright pink again. I was like, what?
No, it's hard to tell on the monitor, but it's more of a red. So, and I'm kind of glad that it's not going to be necessarily right next to, well, it will on the top of the foot. But now I'm going to knit the heel, and then this will be a thinner stripe.
That'll be your first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll see. When we come back for it again after your trip to the city, then you'll see.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So we should have done, now I have to do 2 in a row.
That's okay. I'm going to knit the limey stripe while you do this.
Okay.
On the other side.
I want to do Becky's because I want to see how I'm going to fit it in the sequence, you know?
Yes.
That's what I'm super curious about right now. Oh, Jenna.
And
look at that purple.
Ooh, dark. Love it. Dark purple.
It is iris on a fawn base. So this is a nice, beautiful iris, and it has, so it's on the fawn. So the light brown.
Yeah. So
that was, did I pull it out? That was this base.
Yes. That's beautiful.
Isn't that gorge?
Love it.
I'm going to keep that there. So I remember to fit it in
your chart.
Oh, and the next color I need is a dark red. Like that's the next blank space, but I don't know if I'm going to get red in the box, in Becky's box. So some of these colors, the colorway for the Pirouette Shawl is very heavy on pinks and greens. And so there's more pinks than I know I'm going to get, because I already had like a pinky section.
Right.
So I did do some yarn substitutions, but like, so I've had pinks and I've had greens and yellows,
Okay.
and now I'm clearly in a purple.
Yes. So are you going to take some colored
But am
pencils,
I going to get
like
in
sketch?
red?
Are you going to color in your diagram?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to go for it because it's supposed to be kind of motley and jumbled. So I did go through and like I put all the letters in
Yes. Nice
just to make sure
ruler.
that I wouldn't end up with the same one next to each other,
Right. That makes
you
sense.
know, and it still works
Okay.
in that regard. So I'm just going to
Do it.
go for it. And then as I'm assigning colors, like I said, like if it's the color it's replacing is a dark shade, then I try and find a dark shade,
Yeah, that makes
you
sense.
know, to replace it with.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah.
You're doing it.
Oh, next one. Oh,
Yeah.
let me show you how I did. So this is here. This is the Lamonde. So that's how we are. It looks like it's smushing up on itself, but it's just because it has to fit on the needles. It's
Yeah.
still
The same
straight.
one.
So
Yeah.
so today, next color, we'll go there.
Okay.
And number 14.
Da-da-da.
Oh no, I ripped the label. I'm too strong for myself. This is Osprey,
Oh,
which has elements of this blue in it,
right.
but it's also blended with like brown.
Yeah, looks like.
So
Kind
it's
of
like a
heather.
very heathery color.
That's lovely.
So that'll go on top of there.
Nice.
I have a sunbeam coming in my window right now.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to tape that and so I could take a picture of it.
I was out earlier and I did chores and it was like 34 degrees and sunny and not windy.
Really?
Why are you
It's
making
all
a
here. The
cranky?
wind is here, Jana. We've
No,
had crazy
oh,
wind here
yeah.
today.
You made a cranky face when I said 34 degrees and it's
Yeah,
sunny.
it's cold.
No, that's warm.
No.
I just went out and did chores in a hoodie. I didn't even put on a coat. But I think that old Mr. Krabby Grumpy Dog and he does much better when we go on our WALK. And I'm spelling because I'm not ready to do that
Because
just
he speaks English.
oh yes. And so we might have to go do our pasture perimeter. And and then if I do that, he'll nap all afternoon.
Nice.
Because he will have had his couple miles in, and then he's, he's an old guy, so that's enough for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, I'm going to have lunch.
Same.
And I'm going to I have like 15 minutes of work that needs to be done here, and the rest can be done in front of the television. And that's where I'm going to go park myself.
Yes.
But as part of that, I am going to go get the dog and keep the dog with me this afternoon. And my goal / hope is to play with Ripley enough that she actually gets tired instead of being an overactive toddler all afternoon, and that she'll actually sleep on my lap. That is
Your goal.
that's my
Oh,
goal.
she's a tiny little thing. Take her for a walk around the block. I'm just saying. She's teeny with little bitty short legs.
So when we put her on leash, she will run so that she becomes airborne, flip, and then land.
Well, she needs to have a little practice, it sounds
She
like.
needs more practice, and I haven't had time to because I've been doing this school. So we probably will do a training session.
Yeah.
But I think today it's just going to be a refresher because it's been a couple weeks. So we'll do a refresher and then I'll just play with her. I'll try and get her to get the zoomies.
Yep, yep. Does she like the tug of war tug thing?
She does not like tug at this point. Like she will, but she loses interest very quickly. So we won't do that. But
does she fetch?
Yeah. She will chase after a toy that you throw, but she will not bring it back yet. So this is all stuff that we're working on. It's so interesting to me because Max, our first dog, he taught me how to fetch. So I was at the computer one evening, and he came over to me. No one was playing with him. He was still a puppy, probably half grown puppy. And he brought one of his toys to my feet, and I was working. I was not paying attention to him. And so he picked it up and he went and walked it to the doorway. And then he walked back to me, and then he ran over and grabbed it and ran back with it
Like
and dropped
showing
it.
you what he wanted you to do.
Exactly. And so I picked it up and threw it. And from then on, we played fetch. Like he showed me what he wanted to do.
Yes.
Ripley, what she wants to do is eat everyone's food and attack people with love.
Yes.
So those are her strengths. And we're just going to work within those strengths to learn some other things. Yes. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
She has slept on my lap once, and that's it. We've had her for 2 months now, I want to say. So I want to see if I can get her to sleep on my lap today.
Nice.
Noble goals.
I have a cat who loves to fetch.
See, that's rare.
The Hazel, the Siamese one, she will do the meow, the meow, like they have something in their mouth and they're all proud of it and they want to show you. So she'll bring her little catnip mouse. It's lime green. It is actually about the color of this. Oh my goodness. She just heard me go meow, and here she is.
She's like, I'm ready. I'm throw something.
She brings that to me. She's so proud. She brings it to me, and she will literally drop it right near my chair, and she wants me to throw it, and I'll throw it out the doorway, and then she'll go get it. She'll come back and bring it and drop it right there. The other thing she really, really loves is paracord. I had a section of, paracord, little rope, and I braided it, and she thinks it's like a snake. She thinks she's the predator hunter, and she brings me that paracord, and then I fling it.
That's hilarious.
That's it. Yeah, it's disconcerting when she does it in the night, though. Sometimes it's 2 a.m. and she brings you the lime green mouse, and you're like, wait, is that the toy mouse or is it a real one? One time it was a real one. I mean, it was dead, thankfully. But
right.
I mean, at least she didn't bring me something half alive and then I have to go chase it down.
Yeah.
You live in the country in a farmhouse. It has happened.
That happens. Yeah. Did I ever share with you about the frog when I was growing up?
I don't think so. Remind me.
So we had cats growing up.
Yeah.
And at one point, and this story doesn't make sense to me, and I'll explain why. At one point, one of the cats came in with a frog.
Yeah.
And the frog got away from the cats.
Oh.
And we couldn't find it. We couldn't find the frog. And it wasn't a noisy frog. It wasn't mating season or whatever. And it wasn't. Yeah, really
I'm sure it was terrified.
So we couldn't find it anywhere. And then months later, Jenna, months later, my mom moved the couch to clean under and behind the couch. Yeah. And there was a frog skeleton sitting there. Yeah. And I was like it was sitting there. It wasn't spread out or damaged. It had died in position and rotted.
Yeah.
And there and perfect. And I'm like, we had cats.
Apparently it didn't fit under the couch.
Yeah. The frog evaded the cats.
And probably starved under the couch.
Starved and then died. And then we did have fat cats. So that does make sense. The cats just couldn't get to it. So that makes sense. Because my whole thought this whole time was why didn't the cats just find the frog and eat it? Even if it died naturally. I was surprised. But yeah, none of us remember a funky smell or anything like that. This poor frog just died behind the couch. And decomposed. Yeah. And that's sort of the chaos I grew up in. Welcome to my life.
That's important. Huh. Okay.
We were feral. The whole house was feral.
That's all right. On that note, we have all these barn cats. And they kind of come and go. And there's only 3 of them I can touch, and the rest of them are but it's okay because we have lots of outbuildings and we need, feral cat
Yeah,
mousers.
you got to keep
Their
the
job.
rodents down.
They do their job. And the adjacent property to us is an organic wheat farm. So there's a lot of mice in the neighborhood, you know. Anyway, well, it's getting to be cold and winter, and we have our bird feeders, and I buy, wild bird food at the feed store and put that out. And then my mom got some of those suet blocks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hung up one of those. Well, now the barn cats are like hanging out under the lilac bushes watching. They're watching.
She's baited a trap.
And I kind of feel bad, but I kind of don't, because everybody's got to eat, right? It's the natural
Everybody's got to eat.
Speaking
of, I don't think we said on the thing that the otter got away.
Oh, right.
The otter. Well, so we talked the other day about the photo. Backing up, this is multiple days ago. The photo someone got in Shetland of the otter being chased by the orca.
And I was like,
yeah, and we were like, we didn't ask questions. We, circle of life.
Yeah.
But someone else I saw posted video of it, and you can see the orcas, like, because they're coming up to like where the people are along the harbor. There's a drop off.
Okay.
And they came up along, and you can see the orcas come along like this, and the otter went like.
Oh, okay.
So it got away. It did get away. So happy ending in this case.
Maybe the orcas weren't as hungry as one might think at that particular moment.
They were just being jerks. They're well documented as just being jerk animals. So I think they were just messing around with this poor otter. Have you heard about the fish hats?
No.
So like 30 years ago in the Pacific, I want to say, there was an orca pod there where it became the style to wear for the orcas to go around with a fish on its head. And like one of them started doing it, and then others were doing it. And they did it for a really long time. And like a really long time, like I don't really know, like a season, 2 seasons, I don't know. But it was like a style that they had this dead fish. They had dead fish, a big dead fish that they would swim around with it on their head as a style.
Really?
And they started doing it again this year. And they were like, we saw it then. We haven't seen it for like 30 years.
Why?
And now the orcas are doing it again. What? Because orcas are weird and they're jerks. Orcas are jerk animals. Orcas, humans and orcas kill for sport.
So yes, this is anthropomorphizing, an animal. Right.
No, there's documented cases of orcas just killing animals to kill the animals. Like they will hunt seals and like tip the ice thingy over so they fall off, and they'll kill them, and they'll just mess with the bodies forever, and they don't play with them, or they don't eat them. They just mess around with them, and then they swim off and find something else.
You mean like a cat?
Yeah, but cats will eventually eat the thing 9 times out of 10, even if they leave some of it. If you weren't feeding them, if they didn't have the option, they would eat both,
Okay. No, and what I meant when I said that was, we are assigning our human morality as jerks to the...
No, they're just jerks. They're just jerks. It's evidence of jerkdom in the animal kingdom.
Humans are jerks,
Humans are jerks. But I'm just saying other animals can be jerks too.
Sure. Okay.
They exhibit jerk behavior.
Turdliness.
And
how we define that to be.
Yeah. Well, because I think that before this behavior was realized / monitored / documented, it was just sort of believed that like animals kill because they're hungry, because, like there's a physical motivation for it.
Or
like there's a drive. Everything's instinct. Everything's like, you're not going to kill unless you eat. You're not going to mate unless you're like procreating, like that was sort of how the thing was. And then they were like, no, apes will procreate, will, engage in things just to engage in things. And like orcas will kill just to kill. Like there's evidence of motivations other than chemical need.
It makes me wonder if it's a territorial thing also. Anyway, I am not
I don't know. They have the whole ocean. Orcas, just take another part of the ocean. Don't be a jerk.
I'm not a zoologist. I'm sure I do not know.
Don't apologize for orcas.
Okay. Okay, so
but also like knit your family's hats. Don't put fish on their heads. They're not going to appreciate it like an orca would.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about that. Okay. Today is the recording for December 14th.
It's a Saturday.
Yes, we are closing down, narrowing the gap between now and Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I am going to encourage people, do not give in to the temptation of, oh, I can hurry and knit that for someone. No, don't even. No. Carry on with your life. Watch a Christmas Hallmark thing if that's your jam, not my jam, but if that's your jam, and knit. Just carry on with your normal projects. Don't think that you're going to bust out X, Y, or Z between now and Christmas for however many people on your list. Don't stress yourself out. Please don't yourself.
Like you could probably knit a hat, but
do you need to?
Don't force yourself. Don't force it.
Yeah.
Don't freak out. Don't it's okay.
It is.
You can always just put the yarn and stuff in a box and be like, here you go. And then take it back and be like, I'm going to knit this for you next.
Or not, unless that is extremely knit worthy and you really, really think they would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually
people so much anymore.
Yeah. I usually panic knit at least one thing. I was going to knit my youngest an entire sweater in a month. And then in like 6 weeks. I bought the yarn 6 weeks ago. And then I was like, no, settle down.
Settle down. And
I might start it like January 1st, or after Christmas, I might start it. And I think it'll go quickly because it is like a worsted weight.
Well, tell us.
She wants it cropped. I'm just doing a really basic vanilla type sweater.
Okay.
Like it's, okay. So I went to Alchemy Fibre Company. Oh, so it's the beginning of November.
Okay, to what fiber company?
Alchemy Fibre Mill. Why does that not feel natural? Alchemy Fibre Mill. Yeah, Alchemy Fibre Mill. They're in East Hampton, Massachusetts. They're delightful. They've been on my show before. You should have them on the show too. They're great. And they had a color that was a blend of green and pink. And Melinda and Claudia. Melinda was there, and she was talking about color theory. And because you look at it and it looks like gray and pink. And she was like, no, because of the magic of color theory. It was actually green and pink, but because of the blend of it, it ends up looking gray and pink. And I was like, well, this is fabulous. This yarn is fabulous. And I think I need to get some. And I'd gotten a similar shade of the pink before, like the pink that she used in the blend. I was like, I'm going to get one of these and I'm going to use the two together. And then she was like, well, you're the first one to buy this. So would you like to name it? And I was like, oh, yes, I would. And then I felt the immense pressure of that. And then as I looked at it more and more, I was like, I might just buy the whole batch of this because they're a mini mill. And so it's all like small batch, whatever. I was like, I might just buy the whole batch of this and use it to make something because I was falling more and more in love with it. And then, so really naming it was kind of a moot point because I was just going to buy it all.
Yeah, but they'll make it again.
Maybe, with the mini mill thing, you never know. You never know. I told them they need to. I was like, I'm going to buy this all, but you have to promise me to make it again because I am naming it.
And because
the name I came up with was because the pink that I bought before, I bought to knit something for my youngest, whose name is Abby, because she is a pink girl. Normally, she often dresses head to toe in pink, and I mean it, like pink hair all the way down. And so I was like, oh, this is Grumpy Abby. This color is Grumpy Abby. The gray, there's still the pink. You can see the pink in it, but it's mostly gray. I was like, this is Grumpy Abby. So that's the name of the color of this sweater, is the Grumpy Abby. And I told Abby about it, and she was like, I need a sweater made out of Grumpy Abby. And I was like, you absolutely do. And that's when I went over and like I bought the rest of it. And I'm resolved to make her a sweater with it to wear on the days when she is grumpy, so that the world knows
it's a
do
signal.
not mess with her.
Don't mess with Abby on the day
So
she this sweater.
I need to talk to her more. I was going to do it as a surprise, and then, as you said, like I was like, no, I'm not going to try and cram this in before Christmas.
Don't panic knit.
I'm not going to panic knit. And I had other things that I knew I had. You know, I have this coming up, and I was trying to get through all of the stuff that is half started. You know. Yeah. So I'm going to talk with her more about it, but my plan is just to do like a plain vanilla kind of situation. Either like she likes cropped sweaters, so it would like hit at the waistline,
yeah,
long sleeve, or same thing but cardigan, you know, kind of thing. So one or the other, because I want something that I can just knit and not think about. Basically, I want that to become my vanilla project until it's done. So.
Lovely.
Yeah, so that's my plan with that. So okay. Alchemy Fibre Mill, East Hampton, Massachusetts. They're lovely people. They're such nice ladies, and they're doing so much helping the wool producers in this area get their wool processed.
That's wonderful.
It was like a lost resource, basically. We do have a fiber shed here, and they were doing stuff with it, but having them also available has just been wonderful. And they do first Saturdays of the month. They have spin-ins where you can show up with your own wheel or drop spindle and spin with everyone, and they bring in other vendors, and it's just a good time. So if you're in the area, check them out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we will look forward to hearing about your train knitting.
That was a crazy smile. I don't know why I did that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to make a start.
Good.
We can get that going.
Okay. Well,
okay, I will see you in a few days, and everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow, because that's how this works.
That's how this works. All right. Bye.
Bye.